Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Youth Pulley Show. My name is Fabian Collins, and I am very, very excited to have you guys join me this evening. It is in earnest our 20th episode, and this feels like a milestone for all of us at the Youth Pulley because we know how we started. In fact, where we started feels like yesterday, right? We can still remember how we started and then the first video we did. So I just want to say thank you for joining us this evening, and what we're going to be learning is really packed. It's really packed. So I know if you've seen the flyer, you're probably wondering where the guest is and when he'll be joining us. So we tried to work out on modalities um, right before we came live. We tried to work out on modalities, but network is really affecting us. Network is really affecting his network is not really okay, and we've been trying to reach out for some time now. So, but when he's online again, we'll add him straight up to the live stream, and then you get to see Mr. Samuel. I know he's really pumped up for the evening, and he can't wait to share his thoughts with us on this particular topic. It is something that I believe is of utmost importance to all youths all over Africa right now. Salient money making opportunities every youth should seize. So the idea behind this topic is it's not the fact that we are not hardworking enough to work, but the idea is that you have these skills. What are those opportunities that you could take advantage of, opportunities that you wouldn't have hitherto known, opportunities that are everywhere. Somebody said once you've spotted a problem, right, then you have a business. Once you've spotted a problem, then you can get a business out of it. In fact, the way a person puts it is there is a gift wrapped up in every problem. There is a gift wrapped up in every problem. So we're going to be helping you find those opportunities this evening. We're going to be sharing our thoughts on this, and questions are welcome. Questions are welcome. I'm still trying to check if Mr. Samuel is with us. Questions are welcome. Your opinions and your thoughts are welcome. So while we wait for Mr. Samuel to join us, you can quickly invite your friends, invite every youth who you think should be here, and tell them it's happening right here on Abiding TV, the Youth Pulley Show. It's happening right here. Salient money making opportunities every youth should seize. Okay, so Mr. Samuel is trying to use another device right now, and he'll be with us shortly. Okay, so if you want intel on what's going to be happening, I wish I could give you. Okay, so basically speaking, this topic. Let me give you a brief on why we chose this topic this evening. So one of those times, usually before we set out on doing live streams, we send out uh, forms for people to fill, and I think forms or surveys, yeah, surveys, and we ask people the topics they want us to treat on this show, and we get to hear the suggestions of the people. And this one was actually suggested some time ago. Everybody wants to make money. That is just the truth. Everybody wants to make money. At least if you're not making 600k, you should be at least making 60k. Edwin Edewo said, never be in a spot or a position where you're unable to earn, in a position where there is nothing in your account. I know I thought about it recently. If there's an emergency and you need to, dispense with 20k immediately, do you have that in your account? Or if there's an emergency and you need to do something and it requires you to, give out 50k, do you have that amount? So don't be in a position where you're unable to earn. And the way the opportunities we'll be discussing this evening, they are kind of they're like side hustles, something you can be doing as you're doing your main work, right? Excuse me. Something you can be doing as you're doing, as you're going to work, something you can just be doing to bring in extra cash. It's like an extra stream of income. So that's just how we came about this topic. It was actually suggested by one of our ardent followers. So welcome once again. Welcome once again. Welcome once again. I can see everybody. I can see some people joining in. So if you're here in the house, you can just drop a comment. You can say hi. I'm going to see you. You can say hi. You can say hi. I'm going to see you and recognize. I can see some people joining in already. Okay, Salient's money making opportunities every youth should seize. If you're somebody who has been in the online space this year, you would have observed that there are three keywords that are basically rampant. Three keywords that are everywhere. Three keywords. Almost everybody's talking about it. Everybody online, they're talking about it. Everything that everybody does is basically to ensure that these three keywords are like a reality in their lives. The three keywords are influence, impact, and income. Influence, impact, and income. Influence, impact, and income. Don't worry, the lights will be restored shortly. Yeah. So the basic three things that are being talked about: influence, impact, and income. These are the three keywords that have been talked about mostly um, in the online space this year. Everybody wants to get influence, build influence, make an impact wherever they go, and also get income. Those are the three keywords. But there is something about these three keywords that is not really readily always discussed, and that's what we'll also be talking about today. I think I can see someone in the building, so I'm going to add him straight away. Welcome, Mr. Samuel.
Yeah, welcome, sir. Good evening, sir.
Welcome to the show. We are live. We are live. I'm so sorry. Network, tried
Yeah,
to mess up this evening. Well, it looks better though. It looks sharper. It looks
yeah,
sharper.
I'm using a different device now.
Oh, amazing, amazing. So I'm just going to briefly read out Mr. Samuel's um, profile bio so you can know a little about him. And from there, we're going to start. I am so excited. I'm already pumped up for this evening, and I know you're ready to, send us the value you prepared. All right, so who is
Yeah,
Mr. Samuel? Mr. Samuel is a graduate of computer engineering from the University of Benin. He's the CEO of Samotech Enterprise, a solar inverter company in Nigeria. He's a team coach, counselor, and writer with a passion for young people and also a mentor to several young people. The Lord has called him into the ministry to deliver the world from social vices and misconceptions. He is the author of True Love Amidst Lust and Divine Navigator. I love those book titles. I love those book titles. So welcome on board, sir.
thank you, sir. So,
So before we go on with the topic, let's talk about your two books
all
you
right.
recently launched. How was the feeling like the day before the launch and the night after the launch? How did you feel? The
Wow,
day before.
it was wonderful. It was wonderful. The day before the launch, the tension was there. You understand that kind of how will it go? How will it look like? Will
Yeah,
people be around? How will it go? It was there, but after the day after the launch, the night, I was just giving thanks to God because it went wonderfully well.
yeah, I
It
can I
went
can
wonderfully well.
totally relate to attention because I recently launched it and you were there. I mean that's how we know.
Yeah.
It was incredible the feeling. The day before I had a headache. I had a headache the day before. And the night before, I felt so relieved. I felt so relieved. So congratulations again on your book launch, you guys. Love
Thank you,
and
sir.
Mystery and Divine Navigator are powerful books that will transform your thinking. They would really impact your life. In fact, okay, before the end of the show, we might display
Talk
this
more about it.
so you can see them. But that aside, so this topic, excellent money making opportunities, every youth should see. You know that the most pressing thing now for Nigeria, in fact, it is encapsulated in one word: hustle. That's just the word
Yes.
really in Nigeria as we speak. Every youth wants to make it. online, offline, we just want to be the next big thing. So if you're on Facebook, you want your post to gather as much as 5,000 likes. If you're offline, you want to be able to organize an event and then you see 10,000 people. Everybody just wants to be the next big thing. But now the issue is, from where we are, right? Where we are, it's just like a long shot. So the only place where we have that perfect view of ourselves as being top notch, as being classes, and it's in our head, in our fantasy. So we see ourselves becoming kings and everything. But in reality, we are, struggling to drink Gary and stuff. So the next one,
Very, very true.
yeah. So
Back again.
we want to talk about, most times we discover that it's not even about the fact that people don't have skills, which is that there are these skills, but they don't know, but they're not able to, spot the opportunities that are readily available they can see. So that's what we want to talk about this evening. What are your thoughts on this, sir?
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Collins. Yeah. Opportunities are everywhere. That is one thing we have to understand. Opportunities are everywhere. Every day around us, opportunities are there. You just need to have that foresight and insight to be able to key into one that's aligned with what we have and provide solution. The making wealth is not just it's actually very simple. It's about discovering a challenge and bringing change to that challenge. That is the secret to making wealth. Discover a challenge. What is the problem? What is it that people want? And try to provide it. And when you do that, I'm telling you, you will get income. So that is just the simple formula.
Yeah, I'll be talking about that, discovering challenges and problems when I'll be discussing something, a particular topic. I'll be subheading during the course of the show. But moving forward, you were telling me that I don't know if I should share this with the public, but your book has brought you over 300K. That is amazing. Now, when I started the show, I said like three keywords that are basically very rampant in the online space this year. There is influence, impact, and income. If you don't want to, at least you're trying to build one. So the goal of the post we make, the content we create is to gather, to build influence, make people know that we bring attention to ourselves, that kind of thing. But now there is another word. People tend to, want these three things to happen instantly. But we know that influence, impact, and income is not instant. So we want to talk about that. How important is the virtue patience? How important is that virtue patience as far as seeking out opportunities and then trying to make myself
Okay, yeah, that's I once remember a story I was told then. So when we were young, we plant an orange tree. We planted an orange. Let me use corn, for example. We plant a corn. The next day, we'll go and check. It does not grow. Next day, we'll go and check it. We'll pull it out. Plant it again. Looking at it, why is it not growing? I will pull it out again. You want to see the roots. Why is it not growing? So that is how life is. We have to be patient. We have to be patient. This thing is not interesting. It's not instantaneous. Even I made a post recently. I said, every great thing starts small.
Mm-hmm.
Every great thing starts small. Even Jesus Christ started as a baby in the manger. You get that? It not just come and start was the savior. No, it started from a baby. It kept on growing till he became the savior of the world. So that is it. Impact, influence, and income, they don't come at once. They come gradually. You just need to allow it grow. Fan it, give it what it will make it grow, feed it, and you see that at the long run, it will grow. So patience is a key. If you just keep jumping from here to there, you won't make it like that. Stay with something, stay with your passion, stay with your desires, and feed it, and you see that it will grow. Give it time. Time is a factor that is indispensable in growth. Time. When you give it time, you see that with time it will grow. So I think that's what I'll say concerning that.
The wise man once said, if you go up without growing up, you will come down. If you go up without growing up, you will come down. So never forget that influence, impact, and income is not instant. Right. So for 25 straight minutes, I'm going to give Mr. Samuel the floor to unpack his thoughts on this topic. Then immediately after that, we're going to take questions and answers, and then I'll also comment to add a few things here and there. right now we have, taken like 15 minutes on the show already. So I'll give him 25 minutes, to take it away and blow our minds. So that's all of with your intelligence. All right, the floor is yours.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone listening. I'm so happy to be with you this evening. All right, so the topic before me is salient money making opportunity every youth chooses. Salient money making opportunity every youth chooses. Now, before I start, I want us to understand that life is not just about making money. It's but about making meaning. Yeah, life is not about making money, but about making meaning. Most youth often make that mistake. I want to make it. In fact, they are just pursuing this. I must make this money. But no, life is not just about making the money. You are sent for a purpose. Every woman was created by God to be an influence on health. An influence. So you said earlier, I said influence, impact, then income. That is it. Once there is influence and there is impact, once you are making influence and you're making an impact, you make income. So money is simply the outcome of value. Money is the outcome of value. When you are impacting and influencing your generation positively, money will come naturally. That's the secret to wealth. Once you are impacting and influencing your generation positively, money will come naturally. So it's just this, stop chasing after money, give value, solve problems, and money will start coming to you. So seek to be a person of value, not just making the money. Seek to be a person of value. Your income can grow to the extent you do. Yeah. Keep developing yourself, make yourself more valuable, because your growth, mentally, capacity wise, determines your growth income wise. Yeah. As you can see, money is a result, wealth is a result. In fact, illness is a result, health is a result, your weight is a result. So we live in a world of cause and effect. You have a unique gift, and your gift will make room for you. You see that in Proverbs 18, verse 16. It says that a gift of a man maketh room for him. There is something God has put in you. God didn't just send you to this world to struggle in life. No. God has made provisions for all you need have been provided for before you were born. The Lord told Jeremiah, said, before you were conceived in your mother's womb, I knew thee, I've ordained thee a prophet. So before you came to this earth, everything you need to succeed has been provided. It's in you. You just need to sit down, bring it out. There is a gift in you, and that gift will make a room for you. All right. Before I move on, let me just quickly share my story briefly. It was 2010. That was when I would say my life started. Yeah. 2010, that was when my life started. Before that time, I was just living in mirage. I was not sure of anything. I don't know what's happening next, just living life. But it dawned on me that I can't just continue like this. I was struggling then to even live a life pleasing to God. But 2010, 24th of September, that was when I encountered the Lord Jesus Christ. And that's the beginning of my life. It was as if a new page was opened and my book was opened and I started. 2012, I was in secondary school then. I was in SS1. Yeah, 2012, I was in SS1. So one evening, I just went into my classroom then. I brought out my book. I was just thinking, how can I impact my generation? How can I influence my generation positively? Then the idea came, write a book. Wow, write a book. Okay, no problem. I started writing 2012. 2015, I published my first book. That is The True Love and Miss Lost. And it was, in fact, it was wonderful. I launched it while I was in 100 level in the university. Yeah. So that book was launched in university. The 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 visit of the university was one part of the launching. That's how it went. I just gave glory to God for that. So as I grew to have influence, I noticed that income was just coming. I was not struggling to get the money, but the money was coming. So I moved on. When I was in university, I noticed that I studied computer engineering, as I said in my bio. So I was just interested in engineering, anything engineering. I love it. I wanted to do things, make things with my hands. I saw that I was interested in the electricity line, that is the electric field. I started making electric bulbs. Then when I was in 300 level, I was making lamps. As I was making lamps, people were buying and the income was coming. So that is it. I just think that the gift, it is in me. It is not outside. It's not, I'm not struggling to find it. I just have to sit down and bring it out. The gift is already there. So if you can bring that gift out, I'm telling you, the income will come naturally. Quickly before, okay, my time is okay. The secret to lasting wealth. Let me just say that secret to lasting wealth. Number one, discover your gifts. There is something you can do. There is a special gift that God has given to you. You are loaded. There's something in you. God sent you to this world with something. Yeah, you may look at yourself, me, just a young boy, a young girl. What can I do? No, you are loaded. Settle down and discover that gift. Number two, after discovering your gift, what do? You need to refine that gift. Refine your gift. Now, just discovering your gift is not enough. Okay, good. I'm a writer. You're a singer. You've discovered that yes, I'm good at singing, but you just left it there. You're not developing yourself. You are not building yourself. You are not refining that gift. It should not be dormant. Yeah, there are many. Miles Morales said something. He said the richest place on earth is the mortuary. But there are many gifts unused, many music, many books unwritten in the mortuary. So those things are there. Discovering your gift is not enough. Refine it. You need to refine it. Invest in yourself. Okay, good. I had interest for electronics. And this that was my passion for electronics. I took up some courses. I went to a training school then. I went for a solar inverter training. That was in 2018. I developed myself. I paid. Yeah, I paid for it. I paid to get the skill. Pay to develop yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Now you become valuable when you are a specialist. It's a mistake many people make. In fact, I want to do everything, jack of all trade. Yes, today you are into this business. Tomorrow, they said this is what to move in. You move into that business. No, seek to be a specialist in what you are doing. Spend time in it. That is where the patient comes in. Oh, maybe you are doing it's not working. Keep on investing in it. Seek to be the best in that your field. Oh, maybe you're into tailoring now, and you're like, it's not moving. Invest in tailoring. Spend time, know everything about it. Be a specialist in it. And you see that with time, when you are a specialist, people will come seeking for you. So many people are seeking for a job. Oh, after school, the next thing is get my certificate, get a job, in fact, start working. Now, your gift is it's your work. Let me repeat that. Your gift is your work. There's a difference between your work and a job. You were sent to fulfill something. You were sent to accomplish something. God has put something in you, and that is your work. Jesus Christ said, I must do the work of He that sent me while it is day. You were sent to do something, and God gave you all you need to do that. That's your work. It's in you. What you need to do now is to get that gift, bring it out, sit down, refine it. That is when you begin to do your work. When you are jobbing, when you are in a job, yeah, job is wonderful. It's good. A job gives you an opportunity to refine yourself. Yeah, if you get a job, it's wonderful. Use that job to bring out the best in you. Refine yourself. But Miles Morales said something again. He said, "Lives begin at 5 p.m. Life begin at 5 p.m." Yeah, you spend the whole day working for another person, but your real life begin when you come back from work. When you come back from your job, when you sit down, bring out those things in you. What is your area of gifting? Okay, good. Other people that me, I'm working for the government. In fact, the government work is wonderful. Yes, it is wonderful. But one day you retire. You can retire from your job, but you can never retire from your work. I repeat that. You can retire from your job, but you can never retire from your work. Seek to do your work, not just your job. Seek to do your work, not just your job. Now, you get paid for the problem you solve, and how hard it is to find a replacement for you. I repeat that. You get paid for the problem you solve, and how hard is it to find replacement for you. So make yourself valuable. Make yourself valuable. Make yourself indispensable. Your generation needs your gift, and they will pay for it. I repeat that. Your generation needs your gift, and they will pay for it. Your gift is your key to influence. Your gift is your key to influence. Refine your gift and bring it out. What is the law of income? You will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver. I repeat, you will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver. Yeah. Okay, quickly, I want to just list out some opportunities because this is called salient opportunities, salient and money making opportunities for the youth. So we are all eager to know what can I do, what is it? Just give us the opportunities. So I will list some of them to you. Now let's look at the word challenge. That is CHALLENGE. Yeah, I'm writing it down. Yeah, you should write that word down. If you bring out the first three letter, CHA, and the last three letter, NGE, it is CHANGE. And that is what? That's change. In every challenge, there is change. What you need to make wealth is to look for that change in that challenge, and you see that you will make wealth. Okay, next thing, let me just go straight to the opportunities I have for you. I have over 50 opportunities here that a youth can invest, can do and make profit from. So there are various business out there youth can make money from. You don't have to be an adult to start your own business. In fact, there are many different business opportunities that teens can use to get their entrepreneurial journey started. So yeah, I have over 50 business opportunities listed, but I'll just see how far my time can take me. Right. Yeah. Number one, I have here okay, sorry. Number one, I have here writing. This is a skill we youth can develop and make money from. Writing is a gift. You can refine that gift and make huge profit from it. As I said earlier, I'm a living testimony to that. Yeah, I've written 2 books now, and I can tell you that I've made over 300,000 from just writing. Yeah, from just those books. So don't just waste that gift in you. Maybe you discover that you love writing. You write stories, but you just lock it up. You write articles. Develop that gift. Brush up those your writing skill and bring out something to your generation. There is a book in you. Bring it out, and you will make profits. Number two is doing business. Yeah, business. So many youth are out there. This is the COVID-19 period was just that's the Corona period. Many people were at home doing nothing. In fact, That was the time I wrote my second book. This Corona period. Yeah, it was a time because it was an opportunity to me. I saw it as an opportunity. People were complaining, oh, why not? No school, no strike, everything was on. But I saw that as an opportunity. I went into my closet and I brought out Divine Navigator. So there are opportunities you can do, and the business are bettered in times like this. Yes. If you can just sit down, assess yourself, what can you do? What is your skill? What is your area of skilling? What are you good at? So many youth are complaining of lack of money, nothing to eat, no job. In fact, many graduates are roaming about the street, first class, masters, looking for a job. While you're looking for a job, why not sit down and think of what you can do? While I was a student in computer engineering, yeah, I had the mindset of wanting to be financially independent. From 100 level, I had that mindset. So in 300 level, I was able to get I'm sorry for that. I was able to get a printing machine. Because my dad is into printing business. So before coming to school, I have that skill already. I'm good at it. So I got a printing machine, and I got that machine 20. That is for 40,000 naira. 40,000 naira. I bought the machine, and in the next 9 months, I've made over 120,000 naira from that machine. Just right there in my department, I was getting materials. I saw that that's a challenge. People make photocopies, they print. So, and with that, I was able to make income. So this is something you can do. You don't need to just think of what is that thing you are good at. That is a business opportunity already. So think business. So after graduating from the university, I graduated 2019. I graduated with a mindset of a CEO. Yeah. I decided to own my own company. Although I've been on it since 2018. Yeah, I've been on it. But immediately I finished from school, I went for even while I was in school, I went for training. I developed myself. I read materials, read articles on it, and did a lot of things. And presently, I'm running a company called Samotech Enterprise. That is a solar inverter company. So that is a think business. Don't just wait for a job. There is something in you. Bring it out. Think business. Now, let me quickly list out some business opportunities for you. We have number one. I have academic tutor. Maybe you are good, or you excel in a certain subject. You can offer assistance to others that are lagging behind in that field. Help them, teach them, and by doing that, you make profit. Yeah, when I was on campus, I was teaching some of my colleagues some courses, and they paid for it, and I was making profit from it. So we have another one. I call it handmade shop owner. Maybe you have a gift, you have something you can do with your hands. While I was like, that was 2018, I was making torchlights. Yeah, because that was something I could do. And I was selling it and I was making profit. People were even calling, demanding for it. So that is it. You maybe it's a gift you have, you can own it. You don't even need a shop to start. You don't need a shop. Just produce your product and take it out to the markets. And you see that once you're adding value, you are getting income. That is the secret to income. Once you're adding value, you are getting income. Number three, you have social media influencers. Yeah, people are making money from that. Those who are skilled in social media, instead of you just going to social media, posting your pictures, laughing. No, people are making money from social media. You can build up a following, yes, and then work with brands as an influencer to promote various products and services, and you'll be paid for it. We have YouTube personality also. That's another opportunity. YouTube is also a popular platform for entrepreneurs. You can start your own channel, earn revenue through advertising shares as you gain followers and views. Yeah, you make money from that also. We have podcaster. Maybe you are more inclined to create audio content. You can start your own podcast and then earn money through it. Advertisement is there and the rest. We have bloggers, cake. In fact, the list is endless. Cake decorators, car washing services. So just sitting down, I do. You can get, you can start a creative business, or you can start a mobile car washing service where you visit clients and wash their cars, and you get paid for it. We have house cleaners, we have laundry services. You are good at washing, you can wash. That's something in you. You can make profit from it. Errand services. Because of time, I'm trying to just. We have computer setup service. So many people. You can start a business that's specifically geared towards helping people who recently bought new computers. Help them to set it up. That is it. We have technology tutor. You can focus more on teaching clients how to set up their device. We have online graphic design. There's money in graphic design. In fact, because graphic is something that we need every time. Businesses, churches, they need graphics, they need design. So you are good at it. Develop yourself in it. Build followers, and you see that you start making income. We have web designers. Yes, people need websites for their businesses. You can, if you are good at that, you can make profit from it. We have the e-commerce retailers. Yeah, you can make money from that also. You can get products, you can order products from China. We have the mini importation, and you sell it here in your country. Like in Nigeria, you can order from China, you can order from AliExpress, and many more platforms. And as you resell, you are making profits. So these are opportunities that youth can invest in. Even as a student, wherever you find yourself, you can do these things and you see that you make income. Another one I would like to add is this. Lastly, because my time is fast spent, investments, investments, investments. Now, this is a platform. This is an opportunity we youth can venture into. So many people have a biased mind when they come to investment. When they hear investment, MMM, they run. In fact, no investment. I was once like that. In fact, I was so biased. Anything called investment, I'm not interested in it. I don't want to hear anything about investment or thereabout. But early this year, I went back, I sat down, I did research on it, I studied what it's all about, and I discovered that one of the secrets of wealth is investment. One of the secrets of the wealthy is investment. Yeah, Bill Gates, name them, they are all into investment. Don't go into investment out of greed. That's the mistake we use. In fact, they said invest 1,000, you make 10,000 naira in 40 hours. That is not an investment. So don't go there out of greed. Investment it takes time to be like everything takes time and it takes effort. It takes time, it takes effort. So there are various legit investment you can um invest in. Time won't permit it now to go into that. But I would advise you study and research properly and understand any investment scheme before venturing into it. Don't just go the out of your friend is doing it, you just jump into it. No, sit down, analyze, invest, know what is behind it before venturing into it. So that is it. Yeah, so that is something that we youth can learn from. So lastly, as I round up, I'll be reading from Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. Yeah, Genesis 1:28. There's a secret to wealth that we must speak from that place. He said, and the Lord blessed them, and he said, be fruitful, say multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, and have dominion. Let me take it again. He said, number one, be fruitful. God is saying, produce something. There is something in you, bring it out, produce something, be fruitful. Number two, multiply. Reproduce what you produce. You've produced something very good, multiply, reproduce it in their numbers. Number three, replenish, distribute it. Take it out to the market, distribute it. And number four, subdue, dominate the area of your gifting. Subdue, dominate the area of your gifting. Become an authority in your field. Yeah, become an authority in your field. If you are into tailoring, be the best. Whatever you find yourself, whatever you are into, no matter how little, if it is even shoemaking, be the best, be a specialist. And don't just do something because everybody is doing that. I said earlier. Okay, for example, now you can take an area to specialize in. For example, you are into tailoring, you can decide to specialize in tailoring for children. That is an area of specialty. Develop yourself in that, and you see that the more value you get, the more value you add to yourself, the more income that is coming to you. So value equal income. Value equal income. Once again, if I round up, I will say this: there is a gift in you, and that gift will make room for you. It will bring you before great men. It will bring you before kings. There are ideas in you. Ideas are coming. You are just jettisoning it. You are just pushing it aside. No, refine those ideas, refine those gifts, and you see that income. You will make income. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Mr. Collins.
Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Guys, I hope you are written as you took note of a whole lot of things you were saying. I got a whole lot of value. You said some very profound things, beyond the skills and the opportunities you made mention of. You said some very, very profound things. Life is not only about making money, it's about making meaning. The secret to lasting wealth is being able to give out value. You said money is the outcome of value. So you don't expect to make money when you don't have anything to offer. Right? So before I just move on to the question and answer segment, or the part where I'm going to add a few things, I just want to talk about writing, because that is the area I am concentrated on right now. If you ask me right now, like today, what is it that you do very well? I'll tell you I write very well and I speak very well. So, and I know he does same thing. In fact, he has two books, so you would already know. So I'm just going to add a few things to writing. There are two basic things that are important in the life of a writer. Two basic things is either you're being paid, right, for what you're being given, you're giving out rather, or you get social proof. It's either you're being paid or you're getting social proof. So being paid is that maybe you're giving contracts and then you're giving opportunities to write for people, and then as you write, they're paying you. But if nobody knows you yet, the thing about writing is they want to give the job to somebody they know, right?
Yes,
Don't give the job to somebody.
true.
Yeah. So if you started out as a writer, the first thing you have to do is get the following: establish an online presence. So, which of these social media platforms are you using? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it LinkedIn? Or as a content writer, do you have an account with Medium or with Fiverr? Right? You have to be somewhere, and you have to consistently post value on a particular social media platform, so that recently, okay, let me share this story before I move on. Recently, I was contacted by a particular organization, and they asked me about one of the things they asked me to provide was a link to any social media platform where my contents can be readily accessed. Right. So, as a content writer, as a content creator, you have to have a link to a particular social media platform where your contents can be really accessed. Contents that are very, very powerful. So if it's Facebook, make sure that your Facebook is content packed. It's not
Yes.
like you said, post pictures and then move away. Right? It's packed and everything. So that's the first thing you do as a content creator. You have that account, whether it's with Medium, with Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, where your value can be accessed, right? Where you can
Very
see that
important.
you're proficient at what you do. Because if you say you're a very good writer, somebody will want to see and check, the things you've written. So I said there are two very key things in the life of a writer. The two things writers pursue: money and social proof. So if you're not getting paid, like I said, if nobody knows you, then it will be hard, frankly speaking, for people to give you jobs. So what you do in situations like that as a writer, when nobody's giving you a job, is to volunteer
Yeah.
organizations in return for social proof. So volunteer your writing services to organizations, to online communities, right? You can volunteer to be a moderator of a community or any organization, right? And then the agreement is that they shouldn't pay you, but that they should give you, testimony. They should give testimonies of, how good your work is. So maybe by the time you're leaving, they can give you a testimony in a designed uh, maybe design hard copy, or maybe an online soft copy testimonial, that kind of thing, so that you can have it really handy, right? So you volunteer for organizations. They like to be on shortly. Apologies, please. This is where we are. So, um, all right. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, ensure that you have either of those two things readily available. Your link to your social media platform, and then if nobody's giving you jobs, ensure that you are getting social proof testimonies for your work. And the next thing I want to talk about on that writing is, you could write a book too. You could write a book to teach a particular skill, like he said. Write a book to teach a particular skill. Then here's a secret I want you to learn. It is not everybody whose first book becomes an instant hit. It's not everybody whose
Yeah.
first book becomes an instant hit. In fact, you can write your first book and decide that you're going to peg the price at 2,000 naira, and then nobody shows up. In fact, they show up and then they say, I
Yeah.
overlooked, and then they move you. That
I
can be very,
experienced that.
yeah, can be very disheartening and discouraging. Now, but one way to do that is the first book you're writing. It doesn't matter how many pages they are. I know Adrian Dewa shared the story of how our first book, was just 19 pages. Was 19 pages, her first book. I know some of you, your very value packed, and your first book may not be 19 pages, it may be more than that. So, but the thing now is, let your first book be your lead magnet. So you make your first book free and then you launch it so that people can come and see the kind of value that is oozing out of you. So by the time the next time you're launching your next book, or you're talking about something you're going to do, people are coming and are willing to pay because they've tasted of what you have. They've tasted of what you have. It feels incredible when somebody says, pay for this product, pay for this particular commodity, or pay for my writing services, and the person can look back and see, okay, what have I actually even benefited from this person? Yeah, because I do it, so I don't know if you do it. If you're going to be buying a product from somebody, you're taking money out of your pocket, for goodness sake. So
Yes.
you're going to consider, what have I actually even learned from this person? Imagine if John Obidi tells you to, John Obidi tells you to buy something is going to transform your life, and you're trying to think of, you won't think too hard to remember how valuable he has been to you free. So be willing to make your first work, your first book, free and all that. And then don't be scared to volunteer. Don't be scared to volunteer. Don't be scared to take up internship opportunities where they're not paying you. That kind of thing is really very important. Right. So you talked about you mentioned a whole lot of opportunities, and another one I'd like to add is the honey business. Honey business.
Mm.
Yeah, so you can venture into honey making. You can either buy it as well as a retailer, or you can start your own honey farm. I know that for most youths, when we hear the word farm, it rings a very very terrible bell in our heads. We don't want to have anything to do with the farm and that kind of thing. But it's incredible the kind of returns you could make from it. And again, if you're going to be starting that kind of business, the monetary value will not come in immediately. So patience again, that's what we started this program talking about patience. There's a local government in Adamawa State called Ganye. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Ganye. Um, they have honey in abundance because their boundary is close with Cameroon, right? So if you
Yes.
want
That's
to
very
get
true.
price of honey, you can make contacts to people who live around that area and get them to supply you so that you sell them here, you sell them where you are. You can also get honey from Kaduna and Abuja. Now, speaking of selling where you are, there are 5 P's. 5 P's of marketing. For those of us who did marketing in school or who are doing marketing in school, you must have heard this: place, people, promotion, product, price. The 5 P's of marketing. We're going to talk about that shortly as we take on the questions and answers. Now, but a few things I noted here is it's with regard to the first P, place. With regard to the first P, whatever business you want to start, you have to consider where you are. Where you are, right? What is the problem? Like you said, what is the problem that is, predominant where you are? What problem is everybody? What is everybody talking about? So whatever business idea you come up with, you have to be sure that it is a solution to a particular problem, because nobody is going to pay for something they already have. Nobody's going to be able
Very true.
to give out money to something they already have. If I'm not going to pay to teach me what I already know, it doesn't work like that. I'm not going to, pay you to, sell something to me, sell something to me I already have. So if you're going to be selling something new, it must be something people pay. So understand these 3 things. Understand these 3 things. First, before you start selling in a particular area, right? Understand what the people in that area don't have, don't know, but will accept if they see. So the first one is understand what they don't have, what they don't know, but will accept if they see.
They see.
Yeah, they don't know that this kind of thing exists and they don't have it, right? But if they see, they will immediately accept it and move on. The only way to do this is by running to take the product into the market and put people on its benefits. You see some people doing how do they call it? Call-to-call marketing, right? They go to brands and then they showcase their products to the people, right? They make in fact, the time somebody, a particular company was marketing their brand of milk, and they gave you free cups to taste, right? So when the purpose of do you like the taste? I heard that the questions they were asking, do you like the taste of this? Is that something you would like us to add? That's one way to make to check if people accept the product. The second thing is to understand what the people in that area have, but not in adequate proportion. What the people in that area have, but not in adequate proportion. So they might have this thing, but it may not be enough. Like the honey we're talking about, it's possible that in some areas, like it's in abundance in Adamawa, it doesn't mean that it will be in abundance or in Lagos. Or yeah, so understand what the people have, but not in abundance. That is very another way to know which business you're going to start. The last is understand what they don't have, but are constantly talking about. What they don't have, but are constantly talking about. What they don't have, but are constantly talking about. Imagine if somebody brings up the idea of how to have light without putting on your generator, or how to drive a car without fuel. That's some crazy ideas like that.
Yes.
Something as unique as that. They will sell. Now people are
Yes.
getting and fans that are rechargeable. That was somebody's idea. What if I have a fan that I can charge? The fan when they like so that when they return that the fan will to keep emitting air, that kind of thing. So that was somebody's idea. That is something we should take note of. So for the questions and answers section, Mr. Samuel, thank you so much for this event. So the question and answer section, we understand um, uh, let's start with price. Let's start with price, right? We understand that making out those products are really, really incredible. For example, if you're talking about writing a book and all that, and then maybe it's your second book and you want to peg it at a particular price, and you know in your heart that this book is valuable, it is very, very valuable. And if you peg the price at 5,000, honestly, people will not buy it. Because if you look at
Definitely not.
yeah. So
Yeah.
how what determine the prices of product? For the business ideas we can be we will take up from this evening. Is there a particular there something we should take note of in order to be able to determine the prices?
Yeah, okay. I would say that when it comes to pricing, you must understand that when you are just starting, let me just use that, when you are just starting, you're just coming, you're not known, as I said earlier. People don't trust you. And when they don't trust you, they can't invest and they can't give you their money. People want value for money. And they
Yeah,
are not sure of your value. You might be a very good writer. If I have everything, but when you present your first, let me use that, your first product or your first book or your first thing with a very high price, they will not even look at your direction. But there's prices that people can do away with. Now let me
yeah,
give an example. I told you I produced Torchlight while I was and I made profit from that. I made the price of Torchlight very cheap and affordable. Although the Torchlight was very, very strong. It has a lot of things in it. But if I call it, let me say 2,000 naira, definitely you won't pay for it. Like, what can this, what 2,000 naira? No. But I made it was not 250 naira. Yeah. Someone can easily, 200 naira, yeah. Someone can easily do it with 200 naira. Yeah, it can do. Now I'm talking of 1,000 naira. It was what about 500 to 1,000, but I made it to 200 then, testing the market. And people
yeah,
started calling me. I was increasing my price gradually. That
yeah.
is something about pricing.
That is an incredible business idea. There's this when I was a little younger, I observed that when new biscuits are introduced into the market, new biscuits, the prices will be very low. So there was a time this biscuits would be sold 5 naira, and then because it's very very cheap, you'd want to go for it, so you immediately jump on it, you start consuming it. Later you come
You
and they
liked
say
it.
naira, right? And then oh, the value price is like, okay, you continue
You
buying,
buy it.
and
Yes,
then
you come again. It's 20 naira.
15 naira or 20 naira. Then it keeps increasing like that. So when you're pegging your price as a newbie, as a starter, create a lot. Make sure you have value. Make sure it is what you're giving out is value packed, and
Yeah.
try to ensure that the pricing is such that people can purchase it. Those who are going to be, in fact, what your concern should be, it should not even majorly be about the pricing, but let your first customers spread the word about your business. Let your first customers be the ones that will spread the word about what you do. So if you're a writer, right, do not be really concerned about the money, but be concerned with the testimonies that will be given of how valuable
Yes.
your write-ups are. So be concerned with the testimonies, not necessarily the money, because your first customers will either be the ones that will spread the word about how good you are, or who will spread the word about how terrible the mistake you made was, in
Very true.
getting to get that product of yours, right? So let your value be seen in whatever you're doing. If it's a write-up, let it be full of value. If it's a product, let it solve a problem, and then let the pricing be such that people can take it, so they'll be like, the price is low and it's very good though, and then they'll keep talking about it. They keep talking about it. So that being said, that the next question now will be, okay, trying to look at that very key area. The Now, we keep talking about gifts, gifts making room for us, and our gifts being the source of our gifts being what will make room for us, if I can say that.
Yes.
Now, it's possible, it's very, very possible that when we wake up in the morning, we're thinking, what gifts exactly do I have? What gifts exactly? Because when you say, I can speak, and then you come online and you see other people who are really very well, and they are getting a whole lot of attention from for how good they are and all that. And then you say you can write, and you come online and you're seeing another post, and it's like, oh my god, I've never started.
I've never started.
You're wondering what gifts you have exactly. What advice can you profess to those of us out there who have discovered at least one or two about gifts?
Okay. First thing, you understand that there is something unique about everyone. Everyone has a gift.
Mm.
No one was born without gift or without something they can do. Yeah. So we need to first of all, I wrote in Divine Navigator, yeah, step to discovering and fulfilling your divine purpose. We have the scientific approach to discovering your purpose, and we have this spiritual approach. Yeah, both of them are very important and they are very key, and they work hand in hand. You cannot just depend on one. Now, let me first quickly talk about. There's some questions you need to ask yourself. Number one, what do you love doing above all else? Yeah, there's something you love doing. I told you I love electronics from small. In fact, I scatter system when I was growing up at home, destroy the radio. I'm able to fix it back. My passion was electronics. I know that is where I'm going. See me, whenever I see anything electronics, I want to know what is inside. That is number one. Ask yourself, what do you love doing above all else? That is one. Number two, what grieves you the most? What grieves you the most? If there's something that you see that you become angry about, it pains you that, oh my, why is it like this? What gives you the most? That could be a signal to what you are called to address. Number three, what do you do far better than others? What do you do far better than others? These are questions you should ask yourself. You could be maybe in school, you're writing secondary school, you have to write composition or write an essay. But you're always the best in writing. Yeah, for your teachers and everybody, your classmates, they're all running to you. When it comes to that aspect, they will say, leave it for Samuel, leave it for John. That is something. What do you do better than others? Number four, is there any consistent compliment you receive from people around you? Yes. What is that consistent thing people are saying about you? Mr. A is saying this about you. Mr. B is saying this about you. When it comes to this guy, is good at this. When it comes to this guy, is good at this. What are they saying about you? Consistently, that is number four. That is a key to discovering that purpose in you. And those are the questions you need to ask yourself. Ponder on them. Let me repeat it. Number one, what do I love doing above all else? Number two, what grieves me the most? Number three, what do I do far better than others? Number four, is there any consistent compliment I receive from people around me? Those four questions are keys to unlocking the gift in you. So if you can sit down and like that, something will come out. Thank you very much, sir.
Wow, that's really incredible. You know, that's one of the keys to discovering your gift and all that. You can't ignore those signs. But now there is another thing, the passion and the pay. Those are two very important things. The
Yes.
passion and the people that what you love doing is not bringing in money, right? At the time.
Yeah.
And last week I talked about capacity and capability traps rather, and I said it is a point where there is a pressure to get immediate results, which leads to increased effort. So you want to get immediate results, and so you're engaging in activities that are just existential. That is activities that are just for the now, activities that will not help you ultimately become the person you want to be. And all of this is really connected. All of this is really connected because if you are only engaging in an activity because you want to make quick money right now, or it's not ultimately about who you want to be, right? It is just going to be sapping your energy. I remember when I wanted to start this live show. The first question I asked myself about was about the name and everything, about the name and then the purpose. Because when the purpose of what you want to do is not clearly identified, fatigue is very possible. In fact, it will come
Yeah.
before you know, right? So if you're starting out a particular course or you're pursuing a particular goal or a particular vision, if you've not clearly identified it, if it's not clear enough what you want to achieve, fatigue is imminent. In fact, you will meet it at an uncommon hour. So one of
Good
the first
point.
questions I asked myself was, what's going to be the purpose and the direction this show is going to take? Remember, even after some time, about like 2 months, I went on a break, because the way the vision was coming, it was even becoming more. So I had to settle down and set up some structures, right? So
Yeah.
you have to be very very clear about what it is you want to do and how it's going to ultimately make you the person you want to be, right? If you're going to engage in any activity now, you're going to take up a job, you might want to ask yourself, what is this adding to me beyond the money it is paying? What is it adding to me? right? So if I am writing, if I am posting, if I am delivering content for free, whatever I am doing, how is this making me better in the future? How is
Yes.
it preparing me for the future? How is this positioning me for the future? Right? If you're writing a book, you know that sometime in the future, when everything would have started working, they would make reference to your past. You started well. In fact, somebody can easily predict how you're going to be in the future, right from how you're acting now, right from
Right
the
now.
right. So you have no business, uh, working in let's say um, uh, in a farm when your dream is basically to be maybe an electronics guru, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? It doesn't connect, right? So if you're working in a farm to get money, you should not spend time there, because the more time you spend, the more likely it is that you will forget your dream. You will forget
Yes.
it, right? Yeah, so that's basically it for that passion and play. If what you love doing is not paying you, then you have to find something else.
Yes.
Something else. Yeah, because I don't know if you've been in a position as a youth where they talked about the fact that you have to pay to get something, you have to pay to get a course, or you have to pay to get a particular product, and then they're calling as low as 4,000, and then you don't have. It can be very very
It's
painful. I don't know how you
exciting.
would feel if you would feel normal in that situation, but it is really very painful. So don't be in a position where you cannot earn. Let money always be in your hand. Let money always be in, because you never can tell when there will be emergencies, or maybe an emergency for you to get something, maybe for you to go somewhere from that you don't have transport. That things happen like that. You have to go for an interview and then there's no transport and there's nobody for you to ask from, that kind of thing. So take note of all these opportunities that have been mentioned, writing, speaking, private coaching tutorials, and so please give us a rundown of all
Okay.
those.
I talked about the graphic design, social media influencer, YouTube personality, a podcaster, a blogger, a cake decorator, car washing services, laundry services, errand services, computer setup service, technology tutor, and I talk about the graphic designer, web designer, and importation. Talk about importation, retailer, selling and reselling, and many more. So I just it. A proofreader, yeah. You are good at reading. In fact, I needed this when I was writing my book. I needed someone to proofread. So you are there, you studied English and literature, and you are good. So you are a proofreader, then you can make money from that. Editing and proofreading services.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So
There are many, in fact, the list is endless.
we're going to be wrapping up now. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. I really, really appreciate the fact that you could take our time to join us on the show today. So, like we said, Mr. Samuel is a graduate and is an author of two books, Love Amidst Lost.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the second one is Divine Navigator. If you want to get those books, drop a comment and we will, I'll meet you up and then, I'll get you in contact with Mr. Samuel so you can get the book. It's going to change your life. And if you want to also get my book, Coins of Vantage, 10 things every you should know in order to excel in these desperate times, it's free, absolutely free. And I've received a whole lot of reviews about that book, Coins of Vantage already, and this is not me trying to sound as if I am boasting. It is going to shift your mindset. It is when you start reading the book, you'll be hooked. That's just the way it is, because I use the language that you all can understand. And it's absolutely free. So if you want to get it, drop a comment and we'll reach out to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. Really appreciate
Thank you so much, sir.
it. All right, guys. So we're going to be closing right about now. But before I do that, quick announcements. Quick announcements. Next week, we're going to be talking about something that is related to, also related to this topic, and we're going to be bringing on somebody else on the show who's going to be bringing another dimension of expertise. Remember that on the Youth Pulley show, we're basically about giving out secret solutions and strategies you can adopt to accelerate your way to the future of your dreams. The key word there is accelerate. So we believe that you don't have to be 40 before you make your first million, and you do not have to wait till you're 50 before you get a house or all that. You can be established early. In fact, the Bible talks about being established early. You can be established early. You can meet success at uncommon hours if you learn the secrets. If you learn the secrets and then you practice them. So that's why we have mentors, right? That's why we have mentors. That's why we have teachers. That's why we have coaches, so that they give you those 1, 2, 3 steps, 1, 2, 3 guidelines, and make certain decisions, take certain steps, and then before you know it, you are achieving their results. They're achieving their results, without all the mistakes they made and all that. Yeah. So before I go, don't forget next week 5 p.m. the same time, we're going to be having another guest. If there's anything you should take away from this show today, is the fact that influence, impact, and income are not instant realities. Influence, impact, and income are not instant realities. Do not let your fantasies make you skip your process. It's our fantasies can be very, very vivid and very, very beautiful. Don't make it, don't allow it to make you skip your process. Don't allow it make you think that your processes are too difficult and all that. Because once you start thinking that the process is too difficult, you would close your eyes subconsciously to certain opportunities that present themselves, right? Right. That's it for today on the Usefully Show. Until we come your way next time, my name is Fabian Collins, and it's been an exciting time with you here. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Jesus told us to remember and give to the needy in our societies. It is the period of time again when Abiding TV Initiatives reaches out to the aged that are indigent and give them food items for the celebration of Christmas and New Year. This initiative is tagged Operation Feed the Widows and Widowers, Edition 2. In the first edition, we were able to reach out to almost 300 widows and widowers above the age of 60. And now we're trusting God to surpass that record in the month of December this year, 2020. In the light of this, we are seeking for voluntary donation to help us put smiles in the faces of these aged widows and widowers. May the Lord bless you in great proportions in the name of Jesus as you help us to be a blessing to these people. God bless you.
Shout out to Abiding TV. That is amazing. I'm sorry, I should have let you know that advert was going to be coming up, that short video clip. Shout out to Abiding TV. Abiding TV is doing amazing. It's helping out youths. And 20th December, it's going to be amazing. If you want to send in your donations, please, drop a comment and we'll reach out to you. It doesn't have to be much. Anything little you can give, to support the movement will be accepted. Remember, it is lives we're transforming. It is lives we're changing. It is lives we're helping. And being a part of it, there is no greater joy than that. So see you next week. Thank you very, very much.